So for, this is for elementary, so the way the workshop was very informal. We don't generally do votes during the workshop. As Pete mentioned, we're gonna see the budget 4 times. Initial presentation tonight, when we finalize it, goes to joint boards, and after the public hearing, you'll see it again. And that's when more cuts will be made. Generally, for the presentation, we don't make too many cuts. I mean, we'll kind of see what it is, and then we'll make adjustments as we go through. What's that? We're gonna make cuts. We gotta make cuts. The tax office, I don't know about the tax office. So we're first gonna do, just a little bit out of order. I'm gonna have Harvey present first, because Harvey's got a long ride ahead of him. And he's been waiting very patiently for us.
Well, first of all, good evening, Mr. Mayor, good evening, Finance Board, and new members here. This is my 19th year. And after 19 years, I'm quiet and found you treat me very, very well. And I'm very proud that when you come to visit the Naugatuck Senior Center, see how well we're doing. Yes, COVID has, I'm gonna say, taken a part of the senior center seriously. But when I see the parking lot getting more filled every week for different activities, exercise classes, and of course, bingo, it says we're on a healthy track. We'll be getting stronger and stronger as the year continues. Very proud of the fact that the Naugatuck Senior Center is doing a lot of new partnership programming with the ambulance, fire department, with the Historical Society, our neighbor across the street. And that brings new programming, new people, new ideas. Naugatuck Senior Center, it's always good to have new blood and refresh programming. The budget is that we're presenting to you tonight is almost identical to the one that we had in the last few years. Only have a little change of adding. Allison, we've added, just so for my benefit, the conference and mileage as a new line item that was sort of placed in another item.
We just split it, but
We
the
just
numbers are
split it
the
up.
same,
It's the same amount.
correct.
But if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. And I invite you to come to the Naugatuck.
Thank you, Harvey.
Can I just plug in that the increase in payroll is Harvey's new contract and the minimum wage increase.
How many employees do you have out there now?
I am the only employee,
Okay.
but through new opportunities, we have 3 people who work 20 hours a week at the Naugatuck Senior Center. Yes, they get $3 an hour. And they're there to answer the phone and answer questions. Some of the people who are on that program have been with me for, I'm going to say, well over 18 years now. So they know my style, they know the program, they know the right answers when someone calls us or has a question about the senior center. Because it's just fine.
Okay, good. Any questions for Harvey? Good.
I invite you all to come visit. Thank you,
Very good,
everybody.
Harvey. Okay. Building.
The budget pretty much remains the same except for one item adjustment. That's going to be for the marshal services. For those who don't like to pick up the certified mail. That's why they cut. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. And, you don't have it.
And just to know for the, as far as the building department, your permit fees more than cover your budget, correctly?
We have one permit.
Yeah, just on one permit fee.
And we're not gonna talk about it here, but at the borough board level, but with that potential fee adjustment schedule, we may be raising a new revenue item at the building inspectors. We'll talk about that later though, but I want to meet with you and go over that again, but let's definitely keep that discussion moving forward.
Ken, can you do me a favor? The people in the back of the room, can you get them closer to a microphone so we can hear it all? Well,
Okay,
Where's the microphone?
To the owl.
You know,
They gotta stand up a little bit.
Can we move the owl back?
Or have people just sit there. Take that and move forward.
Just put a chair right there, Jim.
I don't know if you move an owl, Pete, it's probably not good.
There, stop.
How about that? Is that better?
Any questions for building?
Sounds good.
We're good. Thank you, Bill.
Ken, you're two
Yep.
for two.
2 for 2. Okay. Economic development, Ron.
My turn?
Your turn, because you're gonna be quick.
Hi, Ron. Thank you. Everybody should budget. Two people that were in front of me said the same thing that I'm gonna say.
I can't hear him. Ron, you're gonna have to stand up. You stand up all the time. Come closer to the mic, please.
Who said that?
Jan.
That was you, Jan? I know, everybody else.
Can you hear him now, Jim?
Just sit there, Ron.
I'm gonna sit over here.
No, he's fine. Just make sure he speaks up, that's all.
So. But I hope everybody has my budget. Now, this particular budget has not changed. This is from going from July 23 to next June 24. It's the same exact one that we probably about a year. We haven't moved it on. There's been no payroll salaries at all in the last 7 years. Not asking for it, not asking for anything else other than what we've done in the past. We've done pretty well with our private sector in the last couple of years. Through Marine left there. It's a big loss. So last year we went down a little bit. We're gonna probably shoot for somewhere between 30,000 and 5%.
You're good. And things are moving up in town too. A lot of stuff coming in.
Doing a lot of really good things, you know, I don't want to embarrass the mayor by saying that he's probably the best economic development person I've ever worked with, and I'm very happy. We talk a lot about different things. We have a lot of good things. I tell you that, and I've said this probably 100 times in these meetings, that the industrial park here in Naugatuck, no question in my mind, it's the best in the state of Maine. And we've got 2 new companies coming in this year, and we don't have any buildings to get rid of because we keep a lot of people in there. There's a couple of properties up in the industrial park we're still working with. Get something on that. We're doing, I think many probably have seen what's going down all the way down on New Haven Road. Go in was, and then there's other things going on. New Haven Road too. A lot of good things.
Any questions for Ron?
I have a question. The old Myers building, there's a 24-hour guard there in the industrial park.
Yeah.
Are they storing gold? Are they storing gold?
Not that I'm aware of.
There was a break-in in that building not too long ago.
Yeah, there has been. But what that building is going to be knocked down. I
Right,
think
for-
people know
for
that it's
access.
going up, hopefully in pretty good, right? That's the way getting up to where the end.
Yeah, they're liquidating stuff inside now.
That's a beautiful building. We've been in there several times. The first time I went in, it was just a mess in there, but they're cleaning it up. It's getting better. Any other questions?
Thank you,
So
Ron.
just to be clear,
Yeah.
we're not asking for anything that we haven't had for the last several years.
Very good. Good, thank you. Ron.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
let me interject something.
Sure.
So I'm gonna say for the new members, it's rare to go through 4 budgets so quickly with no one asking for an increase. Right? So I'm just gonna say you're off to a blazing
I'm
start.
good.
here.
That's a good teacher.
Yeah, we respect you very
Let's
much.
keep up the, let's keep up the trend.
You haven't seen the fire department budget yet. I can't vote on it.
Well,
Yeah, but the budget itself is 100,000 still, right? Bottom line,
So what's that, Jan?
the budget itself for the NEDC is still about 100 grand.
92.
Bottom,
Yeah, 92,000 hasn't changed.
yeah, it's fine with me.
Okay. Okay, good. Thanks, Ron.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
John, you're up. Another quick one.
Hi, if Dan can't hear me, he can hear me. One problem I've never had.
Hey, John, I can hear you with the computer audio off from across town.
So John's here from the Veterans Council.
For those who don't know me, my name is John Bishop. I am the elected chairman of the Northern Veterans Council, a position I've held for the last 11 years. When I took over that position 11 years ago, we had a budget of $24,400. 11 years later, we still have a budget of $24,400. We have worked well within that budget. We have made some changes to sort of script and save where we can. We haven't had the need to up that budget at this time. Again, for those who are new, that budget is kind of divided into 3 spots. 14,400 of it goes towards our annual base rate. A lot of the participants in that parade do get paid, especially the musical group, things like that. So that accounts for a little over half of the budget. Approximately 5,000 of the budget goes for our biannual replacement of cemetery flags on approximately 3,000 veteran graves in Margaret. And then the other 5,000 is, we'll call it our miscellaneous, whatever needs that year, whether it's flags for municipal buildings, grave markers for those veterans' graves, things of that sort. I will tell you, hoping that this is my last time presenting, trying to have someone unseat me this year, so it has been a pleasure. I have, with 11 years, that makes me number 3. I'd be Frank Johnson with 19 and Walt Hollister Sr. with 16. But hopefully 11 is there. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not there next year. Hopefully 11 is there. And I will say that most likely we will seek an increase next year. And I will use one example of that rotary that's supposed to be going in down on Route 63 is going to include a 100-foot flagpole. The flag for that 100-foot flagpole, even at municipal discounted pricing, is over $1,000. So, you figure 2 flags a year, we're not going to be able to absorb that kind of.
John, I think we'll put that in the budget for Rubber Ave.
Could be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can stay the same.
Probably.
Any questions for me?
Thank you, John. Okay,
Thank you,
good.
guys.
Thank you. Okay.
You need a bottle of water, Cole?
Yeah.
I have one in my fridge. Do you want it? You want me to get your whole bottle of water? Up here, water? Yeah, bring it right to you.
Okay.
This won't happen every day.
Yeah, we're gonna
It
do,
will happen today.
okay, Michelle, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, you're up, town clerk.
Okay, same budget. No changes.
Oh, I love it.
Actually, I'm $400 less.
Even better.
Any questions for me?
God
let me
bless you,
just-
Michelle. God
Yeah.
bless you, Michelle. That's all.
Just applied for another grant, another $8,000 for the borough. Just trying to get our land records online. Town clerk's office is awesome,
Yes, they are. Okay.
and I have an eclair.
Oh, I'll be there.
Any questions for me?
No, I think we're good. Any questions?
I'd like to confirm though that Michelle's office has needed less supervision when I first started up until today. She does a fantastic job running the town clerk's office. And I don't want to say she's irreplaceable, but she's pretty much irreplaceable.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
That's good work.
yeah. Okay, 4 more years. That's what you get. 4 more
4 more
years.
Good.
Agreed, but you only get 2, Michelle, right? So,
No, retirement, 4 more years.
oh, I get it. All right.
All right, have a great night.
You too, Michelle. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
I should have made the jump a long time ago. It was but,
Hey, we're just getting warmed up here.
Gotta
Okay,
give him some trouble on the next one.
youth services.
Kristen, you wanna go or you want me to go?
She's still muted. I requested her to unmute. so.
So
Yes, Kristen.
basically, you said-
Hi. Well, you requested me to unmute earlier and it would have been chaos. I'm home with a sick kid, so.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So yeah, so Jim's there and I'm here. But just I guess a quick intro and then Jim, if anyone has any questions or you want to jump in, but for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Kristen Melbrook. I'm the executive director at Naugatuck Youth Services. We are the nonprofit youth services bureau serving the borough. I have been with youth services for almost 9 years, since we became a nonprofit in 2014. So the funding amount that we are requesting is actually slightly lower than what we've requested in the past because it is a match to a grant that we receive from the state as the Designated Youth Services Bureau. So that was the amount that we were given recently. So that's what I put in for the request. And then I think there's a little bit in there for the building. So we're housed at 13 Scott Street, which is a town building and a really great resource for the young people that we work with. We do prevention, diversion, and life skills programming. We have a significant number of other state, federal, and private grants. So you may have interacted with some of our youth employees over the summer, or the Step Up Noggy Prevention Coalition, and we partner with the schools and police department to manage the juvenile review board, to keep kids out of the court system and help them learn from mistakes that they've made and repair the harm that has been caused. And I don't know, did I miss anything? Any questions?
No, I think, how's your building looking?
It's good.
Okay,
It's an old building.
yes, it is.
But it was built in 1891. But it's, we keep up with it. We work with Mike whenever we need anything and
Good.
yeah.
And Sandra has been a huge help, so we called it outside the building. Sandra Rivero and his supervisor.
Public Works is phenomenal. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, any questions for Kristen? Good. Go for it. For Elm and Teresa, the youth service used to be funded completely by the town, and then it was eventually phased out to be grant supported. We give them a little, basically the matching fund for the grant. But it does good programs.
Our budget's down $700.
It is, I noticed that. That is noted, by the way.
Keep the strings going.
I so noted. So. Okay, thank you, Kristen. Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you all.
the last we have left the social services, HRD, and Jesse Camille's. And who's doing else?
Me.
You, okay.
Ta-da.
Okay, so the first one will be social services, 827. Wow, stays the same.
So A27 and B15 are normally presented by Leslie Menagachi. And she had an emergency tonight, so she wasn't able to attend. She has no increases in her budget. They're exactly the same as last year. If you have any questions that I can't answer, I will get it from Leslie when she returns. She should be back in the office tomorrow.
Okay. Good. And then last one, Jesse Camille's.
That's a big one. We should add 40,000 to that.
Yes. Okay.
I'm talking about something.
Oh, we're just,
We had 2 emergencies last month, which we took care of with street department, took care of a major sanitary sewer issue they had. And a roof issue as well, but, we took care of them mostly with rural forces.
Did a good job, so I was there for one of those nights for a party. Part of it was closed off, so we did it very quick. We did a very full condition. Oh,
So Jesse's,
That's it for Jesse.
$5,500, okay.
Any
And
questions?
any questions on Jesse's? It's,
Any more golf carts are we, ordering
oh,
this year?
that's public works
I know,
budget, that's
later.
coming up.
Excited about the golf carts.
Six a year, so.
Yeah.
So we'll, six for this year, 6 for next year. Probably order them all together at a lower price.
next year you won't need one for the event center.
They always get a reject.
Dan, use the, they don't be using it, so it'll be fine. So. Okay, so that's pretty much all we have for tonight. Some easy budgets. Next week, we'll do public safety. The police, fire, EMS, not EMS, police, fire, police, safety patrol. Those budgets will be a little more lengthy discussion, especially the police department budget is a lot of detail in that budget. Police, public works, and then board of ed are probably our three most complex budgets that we have to deal with. The only thing I want to say about this board, about going forward, is that those of you who have not worked before, my leadership style probably a little different than we've had in the past year. I serve for the board. It's not my finance board. I'm not in charge. You guys are. I'm just going to kind of keep us on course and keep us directed. Please ask questions. When department heads come in, please ask if you're not sure about something, you want to ask privately, but the department heads here are here to ask questions. A lot of what they are presented is contractually obligated, union contracts, through state law, through OSHA regulations. But there's also some discretionary side. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's a lot of layers to the budget, a lot of interaction between town departments. And let me make sure we fully understand that. As we go forward to final adjustments and then presentation, public hearing, hopefully do an in-person public hearing. And the public at that point gets a chance to speak, and the next night the board will make any final adjustments on the budget. But, you know, everybody wants to see low mill rate, low taxes, and high services. You can't have them all. Okay. We would
All
love to see
right, Kenny, one question. Where are we tonight? Are we below or above?
below, we're below. So I'm not
Thank
putting it,
God.
I'll send a total. I haven't done the numbers yet. But you know, the priorities in town. So interesting, I was reading an article in the Nordic Daily News, the old Nordic Daily News, about taxpayers complaining about the three things that bothered them the most. Was that too much was spent on schools, the mill rate was too high, and the roads were horrible. That was in 1921.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed, just the numbers. So,
That's back when the taxpayers in revolt started.
you know, Rocky was a founding member, so you know, so, if nothing else,
Well, just to say, for the new members, this was the easiest night I've ever seen.
Yes, yes, it was.
So, I just have to say that, I've never seen it.
hopefully,
hurt.
yeah, hopefully the other nights will be somewhat
It's
easier. So,
controversial.
yes.
Next week, bring snacks.
Okay. Was that,
I saw bring snacks.
they bring snacks next week, and when Board of Ed presents, bring a meal. Yes.
Someone's gotta be the bad,
Oh, what's that?
someone's gotta be the bad cop,
Yeah, someone.
you know? We had two good cops.
Yeah. When Board of Ed does presentation, Chris will bring notebooks of the entire budget.
We're gonna get those
Well,
well,
yeah.
well
Right,
before.
Yeah, well,
the-
yes, yeah, time to look them over. So that's it. Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll,
Let me say something. Because they're gonna have, they told me they anticipate significant increases. On the plus side, I guess, we've already learned that our new ECS formula is gonna bring 1.7 million more to Naugatuck. And if that Senate bill passes, that will get even more in ECS money. So, so ECS is money that the state gives directly to the school district. So if they, you know, whatever their budget is, essentially half comes from the state and half from the town. But the more the state gives them, you know, theoretically, that's we would have to get them. But they are gonna have some increases, significant, and Hopefully it'll be offset by, significant ECS state new revenue. So, we monitor those bills all the time. We had breakfast this morning, and I got to sit with Speaker Ritter, and he told me that he thinks the bill has a very good chance of passing. Would be fantastic.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
And just
Underfunding it for years, so.
everything's been underfunded. Yes. Where you, in Connecticut with the Board of Ed budgets, you cannot give them less than what they asked for the previous year. So that's kind of, that's a fixed amount. We can, when the budget comes to us from Board of Ed, unlike department budgets where we can go with line item, with the Board of Ed budget, it's accepted as presented, add money or take away money, but we can't go into the line items. That's what the Board of Ed does.
We've determined how much they got.
They
We
figure
can't
out.
give them less, but once they get it, they control how they spend it, not the town side finance people. That's state law, so.
Is that because we're an alliance district? We weren't an
No.
No,
alliance?
that's
Everyone in the state.
I learned that last year.
yeah, and that's half our budget. 48%
more
of
than
this
half
year's
our
budget is
budget.
Board of Ed.
It's more than half our budget. Never mind.
Yeah, it's 48.8%. Okay, but that we'll see you next week. Thank you. Oh,
Night.
and the meeting, during the meeting at 7:14, and we have this end recording.
That was easy. Hey,
Sure.
see?
I'm excited.